Welcome to another episode of my Motortown playthrough. Today we are going to get into bus driving. The only vehicle we have available for that right now is this VW transporter looking thing. Guys, I absolutely love this vehicle. It's kinda cute. It's also light enough and powerful enough to be quite fun. It is also kinda special in a way. All the other buses are available at the heavy duty car dealer, and they come with a bus license pre-installed. This one is only available at some random parking lot in a town somewhere west of here, and it doesn't have the bus license by default, meaning that if I was to rent it out, it would be absolutely useless as a bus. I could buy it, upgrade it with the license, but for right now, I will need to pay the profit share and just borrow it from the game here in the end. Also, I don't have the option right now to make my own bus routes yet. That's gonna hopefully happen pretty soon, but as it is right now, we are going to have to deal with some of the default lines. Since this bus in particular doesn't even have that many seats to begin with, I also want to go for a short route. Otherwise, it's likely gonna end up with me driving the full bus for a while and nobody being able to get in, and me therefore not making any more money. So I think we'll just go for Lijo 1 at this point and just see how it all goes. Once I get the option to make my own bus line, and I don't even know where we are going right now. Apparently to that point over there. Yeah, just stay on this road and then turn around. Once I get the option to make my own bus line, I will likely do something that just centers on one of the cities and goes to the terminal multiple times. So that if I have a rather small bus like this one over here, I can then just circle back to the whole thing multiple times and it should be alright and not give me any problems with the bus being full all the time. So that should be pretty efficient, and later down the line, once I have the money to buy my own buses, I can then also just set up something like that for smaller ones. So we are getting a few passengers, but it's gonna take a while to really make some money. And I should have maybe also checked how much experience I need for the next bus, because I would absolutely abandon this one as soon as possible and just get the one to rent out. That should be a lot more efficient. And yeah, I also just love how the buses all have animated doors, just to open up and close to let the people in and out. Okay, just driving back to the terminal here. And at the very least, a few of the people here should be getting off. Having played this game in multiplayer so often, it feels completely weird just how few people are in the terminal itself, and usually this is a pretty crowded place. But yeah, right now it works for letting the people off, and later down the line for especially the longer routes going to different parts of the island, there's a very good chance that we'll get some people there and just fill up the bus all the time. Nobody over here. And yeah, also the bus levels are easy to gain, so that shouldn't be too much of a problem. And besides all of that, when it comes to this transporter over here, I love how it is one car that can take the basic engines as upgrades. you can make something real fun with this one once you put in something really powerful, especially the 400 horsepower V12 engine. But at the end of the day, for bus driving, this is not a recommendable vehicle outside the first few things in order to get enough level to buy something else. Not only is it very restricted on how many people it can carry, but also from the price, it costs you exactly as much to get this bus and the bus license as it does to get the next one in line. Although I don't think I ever tried to really upgrade that one, so I don't know what you could do with the next one, but it's definitely a bit more spacious. I think it has like 3 more places to sit. So that's definitely a worthwhile upgrade once we get to that. But yeah, the advantage of this vehicle is that first up you can use the roof rack to transport some goods around. I think you can also turn this into a taxi instead. And you can definitely have a trailer hitch in order to get even more stuff done. And also I think I just completely missed the point where I needed to go to, and we're just gonna go and drive around. It's fine. It's fine. Come on. Thankfully that guy is at least halfway competent at going around the turn. Still not fast by any means, but it could be worse. Also he's turning off here, so I don't need to follow him anymore. Another thing that I should explain is the whole concept of on-time bonus and comfort levels. Comfort depends on the vehicle you are in, and it's always something that you need to account for when dealing with passengers. Not every single passenger has a comfort level, some of them care about it, some of them don't. And if you arrive at their destination with them having some comfort, then you can get a bit of bonus. However, they can also lose comfort if you are driving too harshly. The circle at the bottom of the screen in the center is a G meter, and if I go too close to the edges with the little dot in the middle there, then it's not gonna be fun for them, and yeah, it's gonna cost me a little. Also there's on-time bonus, so if you are quick enough, then you can make a bit more money. I don't know how it exactly works for buses. It's pretty straightforward for taxis, since you only have that one thing to go to. But for example, if some of these guys just want to go to the terminal and I'm driving around in a bit more of a scenic route than a direct one, I don't know if that really goes into consideration anyway. So I don't know if the on-time bonus is calculated directly towards the destination, or if it looks at all the other stops and just gets adjusted for the actual route that I need to take here. Oh yeah, the harbor. Nice area that we never really need to go towards. I mean, there are a few nice vehicles to drive there, and also, I mean, that was just absolute, that was just really wrong what I just said there, sorry. It's more like the bus stop is underutilized. There's never really anybody going there. But for the harbor itself, it's gonna be quite important, especially once we get to the large cargo hauling. It's one of those few areas where you can actually pick up a container. So yeah, ignore what I initially tried to say about it. Apart from the bus stop itself, it's a pretty amazing and high frequented area. Okay, and we are going back here. This already kinda feels like what I would be doing for bus driving and my own routing when it comes to the area. Just going back and forth from the terminal a few times. And I have a few routes that I would see if I can just copy them over from another character that just go through all the different stops. So it would also do something like this where you'll have to deal with both sides of the bus stop. Because for some reason the people in this game, they just pick a side where they want to stand on. And if you're only serving one of the sides of a bus stop, then yeah, the other ones are just gonna stay there. Often it kinda makes sense for where they want to go, but if I have maybe in that case a route that just comes in from one side and then goes around before maybe going the other way again, then yeah, some people would be missing out. They don't really seem to be changing the roadside. So that's all maybe a bit weird. I think compared to some other stuff, it's not something that should be the highest priority. Alright, doing a bit more of a route through the city this time around. Yeah, especially the upcoming bus stop. That's usually one where a lot of people are standing at. But again, it also depends on how much bus driving I've done already. The more I do, the more people I get, and eventually it's gonna be really profitable. There's actually an entire bonus system where the more people you transport, the bigger the population gets. Think of that as you may for the implications in terms of what those people are doing at their destination. But yeah, it's a thing. To maybe show it real quick, in the pause menu you can see bus passengers. So for having 6% of the total amount available transported, we are getting 3% more population and 6% payment increase. So that's pretty cool. And yeah, that can go up quite a bit. Just takes a while. And I think that's also one of the bigger bonuses for setting up your own bus company. Because at the end it's gonna help out with a few other things as well by increasing payments. Can you please get going? I don't think that does anything, but just as I'm considering to just overtake that guy, finally. So I'm just going off into the distance again. And maybe I've been a bit too quick on my wheels, but it happens. Also, the route is telling me to go around the outside. Wouldn't be the worst idea, but this one, I might as well do a quick handbrake turn. Well, at least there's one person over here.
Hello.
There's also a good chance that at some of the bus stops, not everybody might get in, even if there is space available. You can actually walk up to them and talk to them about where they want to go. So you might be able to optimize your bus routing using that method. I don't really care too much about that. I'm usually trying to include a lot of terminals, since those are major destinations, and also a lot of people have like secondary destinations as well. So maybe one of them might want to go from over here to the downtown police station, but they are also happy to just be transported to a nearby terminal in order to switch over into another bus. Oh. I missed my turn there. Yeah, that happens if you're not paying full attention. Also, I think this area would make for an interesting go-kart track. And yes, there is a go-kart in this game, but I don't really use it all that much. Again, it's kind of fun, but something that doesn't really help me make any more money, and we are still not even having ownership of our first vehicle. So that should be happening rather soon. And from there we'll also have to see just... God damn it. I'm more used to my own bus routes at this point than the default ones, so I'm kinda... I need to pay more attention to the map. Oh, somebody wanted to get off. And yeah, we can already see that the fare was 225 credits and 54 went to the vehicle's owner. So that's not the worst cut in the world. Seems like around a quarter or something. But yeah, I've seen stuff where it's even up to and over 50%. So it really depends on the vehicle.
Thank you very much.
And we have achieved level 3. Let's have a quick look at the other bus over there. I'll just avoid the police. It's fine. I think that's the door. Oh, I can actually already use it. So that's pretty good. I might just get rid of this bus and go for the other one then. Here we go. This will be the next one in line, and it's actually... Can I drive it already? No, I need driver level 20, bus level 10. That's gonna take a moment. And this would be something where I would actually like to have multiple of at some point. Those are pretty good buses in general. This one... I might check out on another character where I own this one already and see how it works out in terms of upgrades. I can have a longer route here. You know what, maybe let's try this one here for a few times going from north to south and back. I think this one has like specialized engines. Like there are some bus engines, there are some medium and heavy duty engines. And that might mean that the other one is the only vehicle available that can go for the civilian stuff. I hope I didn't leave, or I hope I didn't close the doors too early. Left them open long enough. I tried overtaking that guy, also kinda messed up the steering because this one is a bit of a handful. And then he just starts to accelerate after all. But yeah, the terminals we are going to and from now are the two terminals from the major towns in the island here, so this is pretty much as efficient as it gets right now. Oh god, we need another gear for this bus. And also apparently the passengers aren't exactly happy with my driving style. So yeah, maybe I would take this bus on my other character and see if I can fit in a better engine, see how fast I can make it. That might be interesting, but apart from that, I think for this playthrough I will be not taking that one in. Then again, once I get my own company, this could be passive income. It takes 60k to buy this, so it's kind of future talk at this point anyways. We'll have to see about that. Maybe I get it right away. I mean, it wouldn't be the worst idea, and just have it running. I mean, in the end you have space for 5 buses to be AI controlled. And getting to that point where you get all those buses, it's gonna be quite a while. So this one could be useful for at least a decent amount of time. It's just that eventually, once I really get into a higher level, once I have enough money, I wouldn't want to be using this one anymore. But having reached that point on one of my characters, it took a while. So I guess this one would not be the worst idea. I think on my main character I ended up with 6 buses in total. Some of them were just the city buses that we saw a moment ago. Then there are some long distance coaches, some really comfortable ones that I would be using for intercity transportation. And then I also had one of those Greyhound buses for myself. Basically those are the most comfortable ones and give the highest bonus. The problem with them is that they are kinda hard to maneuver, and the AI usually gets stuck trying to use them on bus roads. So that's a headache that I would not be wanting to deal with. Also, they are pretty expensive. So we made it up into downtown with yeah, the cooler giving out. The radiator fluid is boiling over and it's all kinds of bad. So yeah, not a good bus for this, and I just screwed up my entire comfort bonus. GG. So let's see if this was worth it. And yeah, we're already getting a few more people in here. Then again, you know what, let me just get out of this bus for a moment. Get back in. And get ready to hear some moaning, because I'm gonna just move over to a different route for a moment. So everybody who was already in the bus got a bit disappointed by me not going back to Jeju. Also somebody's stuck in the back there. But other people now entered and they actually want to go around Gangyang, and I'll be taking them for the ride. Just to do a bit of stuff over here for a while. Let's see how long one of those roads goes for, otherwise I might make a trip back to Jeju. Then again, the episode is getting quite long already. But what I can definitely tell you guys already is that for the next episode I likely finally be buying my own car. After all, we are getting to that level pretty quickly now. Bus driving is really a good activity to make a bit of progress here. Even though I still find the handling of this vehicles sketchy as all hell. I don't think it's meant to just be cruising around like this. It's not even cruising, I'm really just pushing it to the limit. And it's making it pretty clear where the limit is. So, getting another guy in here. But yeah, maybe in a few episodes I'll make a follow-up with my own custom bus route, and then we'll see how that goes. I remember that being quite profitable, and yeah, also I kind of forgot that I didn't want to borrow the bus, but instead go for one to rent out. I think it's fine for now. The share that I need to hand over is definitely larger than what I would need to pay for renting it. But for renting it out, there's only really one space where I could get it, and that would also mean just driving over to a different town for once and then having to take the bus back and all of that. So right now I think it's better to just make slightly less money, but do so kinda right away instead of having to get the bus to the destination to begin with. And yeah, that was one hell of a weird maneuver, but the whole thing is... I don't know if you can even tell how weird the handling of this one is, but it's really quite something. So yeah, coming back to the terminal in a moment, it seems. At least we're getting closer to that area again. Come on. Yeah, I'll just be shortcutting here. Also, one thing that I was meaning to mention that I may have forgotten in the last episode about the whole police job. Oh, there's actually a lot of people here. The challenge with designing proper police jobs for this game, and something that I was also asked the community of, just trying to come up with a few basic ideas here. The problem with the police job in this game is that it's not a crime simulator. And the easiest thing for making more varied content for police is introducing more crimes. So that's really not all that easy to achieve here, because, well, you don't want to start giving people weapons or doing illicit substance transport, whatever. So it's all kind of a bit limited on what they can do, but I hope that eventually there will be a few more things. And yeah, when it comes to bus routing, this is something that I would definitely not be doing, because we just went past the terminal. The bus is full, so good luck getting any more people here, even if we had people standing around here. The better way to handle this would be to go to the terminal first and then go the rest of the way. So right now, for what I have right here, it's not really working too well. Oh, and apparently we are not even going to go towards too many of bus stops over here. The town has quite a few of them and we are just completely bypassing all of them to go back around, and I think there's a church up there and that's the one that we are going to visit. And that's gonna be it. Also, one fun thing, I just love the displays on the buses. It's not available for all of them, but some of them have displays that can not only show the current route you are going, but also potentially even have a scrolling text for the different stop that you are about to approach next. So that's pretty cool in my book. Gonna be offloading the passengers in a moment, and I think that's also gonna be a good time to stop the episode. So yeah, the weird handling for the bus is definitely one of those reasons I don't usually buy this one. On one hand, it's pretty floaty and all of that and doesn't respond too well. On the other, once you are going for a turn, it can easily kill your comfort bonus. But yeah, that's the entire bus emptied out, and that gave me quite a bit of money. So yeah, that's gonna be it for this one. I'll be doing this route a few more times, maybe once or twice, to get enough money to buy the next car, and then we are going to get into all of it the next episode. It's gonna be quite something. The game is gonna really open up once we get into our own vehicles and just stop renting the stuff out, but well, I had a few specific ideas what I wanted to do here, and next episode that's all gonna come into fruition. So looking forward to that. See you then. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. Bye bye.